Charles R. Elsen studied singing as a tenor at the Juilliard School of Music. He entered the New York City Opera cloister in 1967, and while there was encouraged by Beverly Sills, Julius Rudel, and Tito Capobianco to pursue a career as a makeup artist. He established Charles Elsen Associates to collaborate on makeup and wig design with companies throughout America and abroad in consultation with directors and designers. Among companies with which Mr. Elsen worked were the New York City Opera, Seattle Opera, Washington Opera, Cincinnati Opera, the Edinburgh Festival, and the Australian Opera in Sydney. He also created individualized makeup and wigs for singers including Miss Sills, Joan Sutherland, Birgit Nilsson, Placido Domingo, Luciano Pavarotti, Richard Tucker, and Victoria de Los Angeles. The well-remembered makeup worn by Norman Treigle and Samuel Ramey as the devil in Mefistofele was also Mr. Elsen's creation. Mr. Elsen's work was seen on many installments of the PBS Great Performances series, on Live from the White House, and on several other programs. Mr. Elsen was responsible for the wig and makeup design for the 1983 Broadway revival of On Your Toes, starring Natalia Makarova, and the 1981 off-Broadway production of Miss Julie for the Roundabout Theatre Company. Act 1, Scene 1, San Diego, 1974. Fall, Dennis's apartment. Scene opens with Charles sitting on the bed in his boxer shorts. There is a small box of Fiestaware on the floor at the foot of the bed. There is also a small bag of beauty supplies on the nightstand. Charles notices a curling iron sticking out of a beauty supply bag. Charles is looking through the box of Fiestaware as Dennis enters wearing a bathrobe.
Hey.
Hey, what's all this stuff?
It's called Fiestaware.
Fiestaware?
Yeah, it's vintage plates and cups, mostly from the 1930s. I know they're kind of old-fashioned, but I love the bright colors.
They're definitely bright.
Yeah, they are.
This is a really cool apartment. It reminds me of home.
You grew up in a Victorian house?
No, I grew up in a little one family in the suburbs, but the city I lived in had a lot of these same type of homes.
Wow, you really don't look like the suburban type. You look more like a city boy.
I haven't been called a boy in a long time. No, I grew up close to a city called Schenectady. Have you ever heard of it?
No, I can't say that I have.
Oh, it's a pretty big city. General Electric started there. It's mostly Italian.
Sounds like it was a great place to grow up.
Not for a young gay kid like me. Don't get me wrong. It was okay, but I knew I wanted more. So I moved to Manhattan when I was 16 to study opera at Juilliard School.
All by yourself at 16 and your parents just let you go?
I think they knew upstate wasn't really my scene. Besides, I wasn't by myself. My parents made one of my cousins go with me. They wanted him to keep an eye on me, just to make sure I didn't go wild. If they only knew.
I'm guessing there was no way of taming you.
Oh, I had my fun, but I wanted to do opera so bad that I wasn't going to let anything get in my way of becoming a star.
A star?
I wish. It was always my dream to go to Juilliard and become a lead opera tenor, but I was only good enough for the cloisters, which I found out wasn't such a bad gig. I got a job at the City Opera in Manhattan, and I traveled everywhere. I met some great people. Then I met Beverly Sills, and my life changed.
Who's Beverly Sills?
She's a famous soprano. Her voice is amazing. She mostly went by her nickname, Bubbles.
Bubbles?
She was a beautiful baby contestant when she was a child and was billed as Bubbles Silverman. Anyways, I always had a knack for doing makeup, and she liked the way I was doing my own, so she asked me to do her face a couple of times. Well, then she tells her friends about me, and the next thing you know, I'm the go-to guy for opera makeup. That's why I'm starting my own makeup and wig company in New York City.
Well, what are you doing in California then?
Well, Max Factor does all the wigs for MGM, and well, they're getting out of the business. So I'm buying their entire wig collection.
That must be costing you a pretty penny.
Not me. I have investors. A wealthy couple from Chicago believe in my talent and feel I should take a chance. I guess you could say I'm pretty charming.
I'd have to agree. I mean, do you always just meet men on the street and then charm them up to their apartments?
Oh, I wouldn't call what I did charming you. I had to chase you a little. After all, you did duck into that bookstore.
I don't usually get picked up on the street like that.
You almost lost me in the nonfiction section, but I like a chase. I had to chase my boyfriend too, but I caught him.
Your boyfriend?
Does that bother you? We have an agreement. I agree not to tell him anything, and he never questions me.
That's very 70s of you.
I like that. I guess it is a very 70s thing. It's more of a Manhattan thing.
I wouldn't know. I'd never been to Manhattan.
Oh, it's the most amazing place. Well, the whole city is like one big pickup scene. Bathhouses and back rooms. Well, the coolest place is a section of Central Park called the Rambles. It's like there's a man behind every tree just waiting to play.
Sounds a little different from where you grew up, huh?
Oh, so different. It's like, I don't know what it was like to live until I got there. There's a whole city, it just has this vibe that I can't explain. Well, you're going to love it there.
I'm sure if I visit there someday, I will.
Why not now?
What are you talking about?
Look, I'm an amazing makeup artist, but I can't style a wig to save my life. I already have one wig stylist named Edward, but I could use someone like you.
I don't know how to style wigs.
Really? Well, this curling iron begs to differ.
I cut and style hair.
Oh, that's perfect. I can design the style. You can set it and style it. It's just like doing hair.
But I don't know anything about wigs, and I hate opera. All that high-pitched singing in Italian, I can't even understand what the hell they're saying. What are you laughing at?
Well, you're very cute when you ramble.
Listen, I just met you. We shared a very nice afternoon together, but that's it. I'm very happy here, and I would never move. Stop laughing at me. Here, just take your clothes, your 70s Manhattan charm, and leave.
Okay. Well, I just thought I'd show you what it's like to live.
Excuse me? You don't even know me. I live a lot.
Oh, really? And how many men have you slept with?
I don't really think that's any of your business.
Have you ever been to a bathhouse? A back room? I didn't think so.
Just leave.
Fine. If you want to stay in California setting old ladies' hair every Friday, that's fine by me, but you could have more.
I don't want to become someone in your man stable. You really are irritating, you know that?
Oh, I thought I was charming.
You were charming. Look, it seems like a great offer, but I don't know you and you don't know me. I could be a murderer.
Oh, you are not a murderer. Not with that innocent face.
You know, not every gay man wants to live in New York City. Did you even stop to look around to see how beautiful San Diego is? Maybe if you look past the manhunt, you see things differently.
Well, I see what I want to see. I'm not blind to beauty. Don't forget, I'm an artist.
Oh, please. You do makeup. I wouldn't call that art.
Really? Look at this.
What's this?
It's an album of my work. Open it.
You did these, Charles?
Yes.
These are really beautiful photos. Who's this?
Oh, that's Samuel Ramey as the devil in Mefistofele from the opera Faust. Oh, it's my favorite makeup. It was the first makeup design that was my full creation. That was the moment I knew I wanted to start my own company.
Well, who taught you how to do this?
Oh, I taught myself. When I was a kid, I did a lot of singing in choirs. That's when I fell in love with the opera. I started buying as many records as I could, and I studied the pictures on the inside. I used to make myself up in the bathroom. Well, after a while, I wanted to make up other people, so I would invite my aunts and uncles over, and I'd assign them parts in the opera. Well, then I'd put the makeup, then I'd make up their faces and to look like the characters and direct them. Oh, and that's me working on Beverly Sills.
She's beautiful. These are really amazing. I'm sorry I said you are an artist. I should have known when I saw your hands.
My hands?
You have the hands of an artist.
No way. I have the hands of an Italian peasant.
Oh, here, this picture fell out of your album. Who's that?
That's me performing in the ensemble of Pirates of Penzance.
You look very handsome in this picture. Are you blushing?
Oh, I don't blush. Look, I have to go. It was great meeting you. I hope you have a great career as a cosmetologist. If you're ever in Manhattan, look me up.
Thanks, I will. Maybe you can take me to my first opera.
It's a deal.
Here, don't forget your picture.
You keep it.
Well, then here, take this Fiestaware cup. I have so many, and maybe when you use it, you'll think of this San Diego afternoon.
No, it's yours. I'd hate to break up the set. Bring it with you when you visit.
By the time I get to Manhattan, you'll have forgotten all about me.
No, I won't. I can't forget that face.
70s charm?
Maybe.
How long before you would need a decision?
Oh, I think you've already made up your mind.
This is crazy. I can't do this.
Why not?
There's one thing you should know about me, as I'm not really a spontaneous person.
Not spontaneous. I've known you for 5 hours and I've already seen you naked. There you go. There's that cute smile. When I moved to Manhattan, I was scared out of my mind, but it changed my life. It was the best decision I ever made. Let me show you how to live.
Okay.
Okay?
Just don't make me regret this. But if we're going to do this, we're doing it as friends.
Deal. Friends. Your plane leaves in a week.
Act 1, Scene 2, New York City, Spring, 1976. Split scene, the wig studio, Charles's bedroom. The set has a table with 2 wig styling stations for Dennis and Edward. There is a shelf with wigs. There is a small table with a phone. There are 2 makeup chairs. Dennis and Edward are styling wigs in the studio. Edward is styling a wig for an opera, and Dennis is styling a hairpiece for Charles's mother, Angela.
Right there, outside the bar. I told him. I just can't keep doing this. If you want to be with me, you have to leave your wife. I'm not just going to be your little secret anymore. I mean, it's the 70s, right? The gay revolution is here and it's real, honey. Pull back the veil and come out.
Yeah, but aren't you still legally married to Jenny?
Separated. That really doesn't matter. Besides, this isn't about me. This is about him and his inability to accept who he really is.
Well, maybe you should try meeting someone outside of a back room.
That's not really the point. Bitch, what's wrong with you today?
I'm nervous. Charles isn't here yet and his mother's coming into town.
So?
So? What do you mean, so? I'm nervous. If I don't get her hairpiece right, I'm going to die of embarrassment.
Girl.
Girl, what?
Stop being so dramatic. His mother's not that bad. I've met her. She's kind of amazing. She's like a mix between Joan Crawford and Betty Davis. Well, if they were born in upstate New York.
And that's supposed to make me feel better. You just described the 2 biggest divas in the entire history of Hollywood, and that's supposed to make me calm down? You know how much she means to him.
Girl, you need a Quaalude. Relax, he'll be here soon.
Wow. This place is pretty groovy. I've never been in an apartment on Riverside Drive before. I don't spend a lot of time outside of 42nd Street.
Or Central Park?
Maybe. Do you care if I smoke?
No. Let me get you an ashtray.
Do you want one?
Thanks, but I don't smoke.
You don't?
I know it's hard to believe, but not everyone smokes.
You have a pretty impressive view out this window.
That's why I wanted this apartment. The view of the sunrise is amazing.
I'd really like to see it sometime.
I don't know about that. Well, that's reserved for a select few.
And maybe if we didn't meet in Central Park, I'd have the privilege of that view?
Maybe. Maybe not.
You know, you're kind of irritating.
Oh, you can leave if you want to.
But then you would win and you would miss out.
Miss out. I don't have much time. You're going to have to impress me with all of your tricks pretty quick.
You think you can keep up with me?
You have no idea, kid.
Elsen and Associates.
Hey, it's me.
Where are you?
At my apartment.
What are you doing there? Your mother's going to be here any minute.
Oh, I got held up at the Met. I had to swing home for a minute.
Is everything all right? We didn't lose contract, did we?
Oh, everything's all right. Nothing like that. I won't be long, a half hour at most.
What am I supposed to do with your mother?
You want some Coke?
No thanks.
No thanks, what?
Huh? What?
Wait a minute. Are you with a guy?
Maybe.
You have got to be kidding me.
Relax.
How am I supposed to relax? I can't believe you're doing this today. Your trick better be worth it.
Angela, how are you?
Oh, I'm good, Edward. How are you?
Where's Roy?
Oh, he decided to stay home. His mother isn't feeling very well.
I'm sorry to hear that.
You must be Angela. I'm Dennis.
Pleasure to meet you. Where's Charles?
He's running a little late. Yes, thank you. So much so. When should we expect the delivery?
Oh, it won't be long, I promise. Just put her hairpiece on and I'll be there before you're done.
And if the wigs aren't here by then, do we get a refund or can I come over there and ram my fist down your throat? Sorry, I must have lost my head. We look forward to your business.
So, you're the dentist I've been hearing so much about? Charles says you're an amazing wig stylist.
Thank you, but it's easy when you have Charles Designs to work from.
Of course, I said stylist, not designer. Edward, how's your lovely wife?
She's doing well, thank you.
Closet case.
Bitch.
I like this studio. It's nicer than Charles' last place.
It is. The other one was so small, but with all the new clients, he needed a larger space.
Is there coffee here?
No, but I can run out and get you a cup if you like.
I'll do it.
It's no trouble. I'll do it.
No. Let Edward. He knows how I like my coffee. That way we can get to know each other.
Of course.
I'll be back.
How was your train ride?
I didn't take a train. Charles hired a car.
I'm sorry, he didn't tell me.
Well, Roy usually drives me, but Charles didn't want me riding a dirty Amtrak train alone.
That was very nice of him.
Well, I am his mother.
Yes.
Is this my hairpiece? Charles said you were setting one for me.
It is. I hope you like it.
Oh, it's a little big. But I guess we won't know until you put it on me, right?
Right. Well, if you want to wait for Charles, we can, or I can put it on you now.
Now would be good.
Okay, have a seat. Okay.
Can I have an ashtray, please?
Sure.
A clean one?
Of course.
Did Charles say how long he was going to be?
His meeting ran late. We've been so busy lately with the Met and all the traveling.
We? Are you traveling with Charles?
I meant the company, Charles' company. He's taking on so many clients that he has to send different teams out to operas all over the country.
So, you don't always go where he goes then?
Oh, no, I do. He takes me with him because he does the big operas and they have the most wigs.
I see. Well, he keeps you pretty close then.
Yes. Angela, I consider him a very close friend. He's done a lot for me. I would never have this amazing career without him.
I know that. I just like to make sure his company is being protected and he's not being taken advantage of. Charles has worked very hard to build this company to what it is today, and I would hate to see him lose that.
We all only have Charles' best interest at heart.
That's good. My hairpiece is still too big.
Sorry. I bet you can't wait to see Charles' new apartment. It's beautiful.
Any apartment is better than that last one. I can't imagine how he and his roommate lived in such a small studio apartment.
It was tiny. That couch was so uncomfortable.
Excuse me?
Well, when Charles moved me here from California, I moved into John and Charles' apartment.
And how exactly did that work?
What do you mean?
Well, Charles told me they took turns sleeping on the couch.
He did?
Yes, he did.
Well, we all kind of took turns on the bed, the couch, and the floor. It saved a lot of money.
I bet it did.
Yeah, it wasn't for long. After a couple months, I found my own place.
How is John? Charles doesn't talk about him much anymore.
He's good. He met someone and they're very happy.
Really? What's her name?
He didn't say.
Interesting.
Well, anyway, Charles' new place is beautiful. Riverside Drive is such a great neighborhood.
He told me. Maybe someday you'll be able to move into a neighborhood like that.
I already have. The apartment next to his was open, and I said, why not? And I moved in.
Sorry it took so long. I saw this amazing scarf in a store window and I just had to have it.
It's beautiful. Your wife's going to love it.
Here's your coffee.
Be a dear and get me another one.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Did I say something wrong?
Next door.
That was Charles' idea.
Can I ask you a question? Do you think I'm stupid? Do you?
I'm sorry, but I don't know what you're talking about.
Just friends, huh? Dennis, I think it's very obvious that there's more to your friendship than you're letting on.
Charles is just my friend.
You really think I believe that? Charles calls me one day and all he can talk about is this new guy named Dennis, and all of a sudden, John is gone.
I had nothing to do with that. I didn't even think you knew about Charles and John.
I'm his mother. How would I not know?
Well, every time Charles is on the phone with his father, he tells me he's too busy to have a girlfriend. I just assumed you both didn't know.
You shouldn't assume things. Charles never told me. I just knew.
How did you know?
When he comes home to visit, him and his cousin Joanne go out bar hopping. Then the next morning, there's a new friend at the kitchen table for breakfast. Well, my husband may turn a blind eye, but I'm not some hick from upstate New York.
I didn't think you were. Angela, I can assure you that we are just friends. I would never hurt him. I owe Charles everything. If anything, I'm very protective of him.
Good. Keep it that way. I'm counting on you to keep an eye on him.
Here's your coffee again.
Thank you, Edward. Well, boys, it looks like Charles isn't getting here anytime soon. I have an idea. Let's go grab a drink and do some shopping.
But we still have some wigs that need to be set.
Oh, Charles won't care. I'll talk to him. Oh, and by the way, Edward, that scarf will not go with that outfit.
Well, that was interesting. Where did a kid like you learn to do that? 42nd Street?
Ohio.
You're from Ohio?
You surprised?
Well, you don't look like a country boy.
Not everyone from Ohio looks like a farmer.
Well, next time I'm in Ohio, I better start cruising the cornfields then.
I wouldn't do that unless you're trying to get your ass kicked. But not all of Ohio's covered in farms.
Pretty rough there for a gay kid, huh?
It wasn't too bad as long as you didn't flaunt it, which I never did. That made me pretty popular with the guys in our town park bathroom. And my father found out and kicked me out of our house. Packed me a bag and gave me $50 to leave town. I was on the next train to Manhattan.
Shit. It's 5 o'clock. Listen, I have to go.
Well, do I get to see you again?
We'll see. You're very attractive.
Thank you.
I have to get a picture of you.
A picture? For what?
Oh, I don't want to forget my little Ohio boy.
I have a name. Brian.
Well, Brian, strike a pose and smile.
Hi.
Oh my God.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey? Is all you can say is, oh, hey?
What's wrong?
What's wrong? While you were here banging this trick, I was shopping at Macy's with your mother and Edward.
Really?
This isn't funny.
Actually, it kind of is.
Yeah, well, street trade, no one asked you.
Oh, his name is Brian.
Are you serious right now?
I have to piss.
I can't believe you did this to me. You knew how nervous I was to meet your mother.
Can you relax, please?
No, I can't. You know, in the first 5 minutes of meeting her, she accused me of breaking up you and John.
She did.
Stop laughing. What are you doing?
Putting Brian's picture in my man book.
You have a photo album with pictures of your tricks?
Only the good ones.
Jesus Christ, Charles, let me see that. Oh my God. I'm surprised you could walk after that one.
Have you been drinking?
Yes.
You don't drink.
Well, I did today because after we went shopping with your mother wanted a drink, and Edward, in all his stupidity, suggested we go to Stud Bar.
You took my mother to the stud?
No, Edward did. I said, that's probably not the kind of bar you would like. She looked at me like I slapped her in the face and said, I can go anywhere I would like. Come on, Edward, let's go to the stud. We sat at the bar. Edward disappeared into the back room when I was left sitting at the bar with your mother. After her fourth martini, she decided Edward must not be coming back, and she wanted me to take her to Charles' apartment.
Where is she now?
In your living room.
Oh, are you kidding me? Brian just walked out there wearing a bed sheet.
Yeah, you should have thought about that before you picked up a trick in Central Park.
Hello, Charles.
Hello, Mother.
You look good. I'm starving. I want to go eat.
Okay, I just have to say goodbye to my friend.
Oh, Brian? That kid from Ohio?
Yes.
I invited him.
Oh, dear God.
Dennis, did you say something?
No, I was just clearing my throat.
Okay, good. Now, Charles, I want Italian. Good Italian. Does Brian like Italian?
Apparently.
Excuse me?
He does. Mother, why don't you go and wait in the living room? We'll leave in a few minutes.
Well, hurry up, Charles. I don't want to wait too long.
Okay.
And you? Pants are not optional.
Got it.
This is a Twilight Zone. Are we really going to dinner with your mother and some hustler?
I'm in the room.
I realize that.
Listen, it'll be fine. It's just dinner, and then we will bring her to her hotel, okay?
This is crazy.
But it's fun. Loosen up a little.
Yeah, loosen up a little.
No one's talking to you.
Stop it. Come on.
By the way, your mother knows you're gay.
Oh, I know. My dykey cousin Joanne told her, but that's all right, because I told her parents about her and our gym teacher, Mrs. Spinelli.
Come on, move your feet, street trade.
Act 1, Scene 3, New Orleans, Fall 1978. Backstage, the New Orleans Opera. Final dress for Massenet's Thais. Charles is finishing up a makeup on a male baritone named Richard. Dennis and Edward are working on wigs. Charles is telling a story about one of his past flings. He is smoking.
Oh, it was really great. Oh, there had to be 6 guys going at it.
6 guys? Were you at the Continental Baths?
No, we were in Sydney, Australia doing an opera, and I snuck away for a bit. One of our stagehands told me about this bathhouse. It was huge. I swear there were about 100 guys there. There was any type of guy you wanted. Young, old.
He left us with the hillbilly.
The Elsenettes had to entertain the little street trade while Charles was finalizing the contracts with the Sydney Opera.
The Elsenettes.
Yes, they think it's funny to call themselves the Elsenettes.
It's like He's Diana Ross, and we're the Supremes.
Can we get back to a good story, please?
Yes, tell us about all the sweaty fun you had going down under.
Anyway, so they were all going at it, and I don't know what came over me, but I just jumped right in the middle. Oh, it was hot. There were even leather guys.
Leather never really did it for me. All that elbow deep stuff scares the shit out of me. And the thought of wearing a jockstrap gives me horrible flashbacks of gym class.
I don't know. Jockstraps are kind of hot.
Good to know. Anyways, it was really great.
Oh, until he got home and had to face Hurricane Brian.
I don't think that's really important.
Charles!
What's wrong?
It's that director. I hate him. He has no artistic vision. It's just go to the left and sing, enter and sing and exit. I can't stand it anymore.
Carol, you're doing amazing in the show.
Thank you, Dennis. But that jerk won't let me bring anything new to this role. I want to do it in the nude like it's supposed to be done, but he wants me to wear a stupid body stocking.
Carol, you know that nothing you say is going to change his mind about the nude scene.
What do you care? You could walk on stage, take a shit, and that bastard of a director would come in his pants.
Carol!
Oh my God, I can't believe I said that. I'm so sorry, Richard.
Have you tried talking to him?
No, I'm trying not to be difficult. I'm new to the business. I need the work.
Listen, honey, it's not about being difficult.
I have an idea. I think it's time you spoke up for yourself. And I think I know the perfect way to do that.
What do you mean?
Sit down. Look, when I was at the City Opera, I watched the opera greats fight for what they wanted. Carol, you deserve to be heard.
I've tried that already, Charles. He won't listen.
Well, then it's time to get creative. Let's stage a good old-fashioned diva fit.
Charles, you're going to get her fired.
No, I'm not, Dennis. Do you think Pavarotti or Beverly Sills got where they are today by settling for second best? Do you trust me, Carol?
I don't know. Richard, what do you think?
It couldn't hurt to try.
Okay, I'm listening.
All right. I'm going to go out there and tell everyone that you refuse to do the show tonight unless you get to do it do the nude scene. Then you can come out, start yelling about the scene and your artistic view. Trust me, it will work.
I don't know if I can do that, Charles. No one would believe it.
Well, that's the whole point. Come on, Richard can help.
You can do this, Carol. Just play the part.
Okay.
Let's go.
That's a little crazy.
If she gets her way, it will be worth it. Besides, you love it when Charles stirs the pot. Then you get to walk into the room and calm things down.
What does that mean?
Nothing. I'm just saying that maybe you like drama as much as Charles likes to bang street trade.
Bitch, don't get crazy. I don't like it that much.
Does Charles seem a little out of control lately?
I don't know. We've been on the road so much. I think we've all been acting a little crazy.
But Charles is smoking now.
We have no room to talk. We both smoke. We can't judge him for that.
He's so different since the hillbilly has been around.
The hillbilly has a name.
Well, Dennis, I'm going to the bathroom. I all of a sudden have the urge to take a shit.
Wow. He really doesn't like me, does he?
Doesn't matter. Charles likes you.
Do you like me?
Like I said, Charles likes you.
I don't understand you and Edward. I've never done anything to you two, and you treat me like shit.
Listen, Charles is one of my best friends, and we look out for each other. I have my guard up when it comes to his men, and you're the first trick that actually stuck around.
Would you please stop calling me a trick? I'm so sick of that trick, street trade, hooker, hustler. It's so funny how you forgot it was Charles who picked me up.
Yeah, in Central Park.
Oh, Jesus Christ, have you ever been to the Rambles?
No, I haven't.
Oh, maybe you should go down there for yourself and see sometime just what it's like.
It's not really my scene.
Well, for your information, I didn't plan on going home with anyone that day. I was just passing through. I saw Charles with another guy, and he locked eyes with me, and He pushed the guy away. I walked away and he followed me. It just sort of happened.
Why are you telling me this?
Because I want you to treat me like a human being and not just a piece of fucking trash.
What are you doing?
Shh.
I guess you all didn't know who you were dealing with. I am not as sweet as I look, and if you think for 1 minute I'm not doing that scene in the nude, you must be crazy!
Oh my God, Carol, you were amazing. Dennis, you missed it. Carol was fabulous. It was the most amazing thing I have ever seen.
Congratulations, I guess.
Now, we just need to get this story out to the press. Oh, they would eat it up. I know what we can do. That strip club down the street.
Oh, the pink purse or the sticky nipple?
The pink purse. Well, they've gotten picketed at least 3 times since we've been in town. I'll send Edward down over there to tell them you're going on stage nude tonight and see if we can get the strippers to picket out opening night.
Do you really think they would do that?
Well, who knows? But it can't hurt to try.
I can't believe this. This is so crazy.
Carol, let's go to the balcony and see if the director is still freaking out.
Brian, give me a bump.
A bump?
Coke?
Yeah, I realize that, Brian. I just didn't think that Charles was really into that stuff.
Every once in a while. Do you want some?
I'm going to head to stage left and set the quick change wigs.
Don't worry about it. With all the excitement, they are not starting on time tonight.
If they do, I want to be ready.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
No, you're not.
I don't want to talk about this right now.
Don't mind me.
Can you give us a minute?
Sure. I'm just going to leave this here.
What's going on with you?
Me? What's going on with you?
What are you talking about? The Coke?
Not just the Coke. It's the Coke. It's the Hustler. It's the cigarettes.
You smoke?
Yeah, but it's not like you.
I don't know what your problem with Brian is.
He's a trick you picked up.
So what? People meet in different ways.
That's fine, but this kid is head over heels for you. And when you go off and fuck someone, Edward and I are stuck lying for you.
What do you want me to do? You know I've always been like that. I'm not changing for anyone.
Charles, no one wants you to change who you are, but you have to be honest with him. I don't care if you want to have your cake and eat it too, but just tell Brian.
I will.
Fine.
Fine.
What are you smiling at?
You're acting like my mother.
Are you serious with that? You are such a bitch.
What?
What? You just compared me to your mother.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're going to pay for that one. The next time you're off banging some piece of street trade, I'm bringing Ohio boy there.
Now who's being the bitch?
I'd be careful what you say right now.
Act 1, Scene 4, New York City, spring, 1979, backstage at the Metropolitan Opera. Charles is working on Richard's makeup again, and Dennis is fixing Richard's hair.
Have you called James back at the Cincinnati Opera about La Traviata? He called 3 times last week.
Oh, I'll call him tomorrow.
What about this On Your Toes revival?
What about it?
I thought you said you didn't want to do musicals.
Oh, it could be big for us. Musicals are getting popular again, and this would open doors for us.
But On Your Toes is kind of old-fashioned, isn't it?
It doesn't matter. It's a start, trust me.
Well, you're the boss. Where's Edward?
Oh, I sent him to my apartment to get our tuxedos for the party.
I thought Brian was doing that. What? Another fight?
Oh, I don't want to talk about it right now.
Don't mind me.
Oh, it's not you, Richard. I just have a lot of things on my mind today. With opening night and my mother in town, we have 12 operas in the next 4 months, and I just feel a little overwhelmed.
And I'm sure Brian isn't helping.
Dennis, please.
Fine.
Sorry it took me so long. I ran into Brian. By the way, you're welcome, Charles. I calmed him down. You two aren't getting a divorce anytime soon.
What did you say?
I told him you were working late at the studio with us last night, and that's why you didn't come home until 5 a.m. I don't understand why it matters anyway. You never cared what your hustlers thought before.
It's been 2 years. I think he's past the hustler stage by now.
That's my cue. Thank God.
Have a great show, Richard.
I put the tuxedos in the other room. I have to go get ready for the quick changes. Do you want me to meet your mother after curtain call and bring her to the party?
Yes. We'll meet you there once we're all set. Bring her right to the party. No pit stops to the stud.
Okay.
Are you sure you're all right?
I'm fine, just tired.
Well, you shouldn't have stayed up so late last night, slut.
Oh, you should talk.
Me? I was in bed early.
Were you?
Yes, I was.
I saw you.
You saw me where?
In the park. The Rambles? It's okay.
I've never done that before. It's just last night after we left the studio, you said you were grabbing a nightcap, and I knew where you were going. I just followed you. I almost turned around a couple times, but you always talk about the Rambles like it's the best place on earth. When I was following you, I looked up at the sky, and it was so clear. Perfect night. When you walked into the park, I waited a couple minutes, then I went in.
And?
It was amazing. I mean, you know me. I'm not like that, but I just felt so free.
Was it just one guy?
Yes. He was very nice. He told me his name was Jeff, and I told him it was my first time in the park. He was very sweet. He kissed me, and he was so gentle. It's kind of romantic. I'm guessing it's not usually like that.
Oh, God, no, it's never like that. Well, it's a place to find a quick little treat and be done. Well, they never stick around. You occasionally see them again, or you randomly see them walking in Manhattan with their wives. Dennis, why are you crying?
I don't know.
Just breathe and relax.
Oh, God, that person that followed you into the park last night is not me. That's not what I want.
Well, I know that, but it's okay to let yourself be free every once in a while.
I can't be that person. I want to be with someone.
Then find someone. I worry about you all the time. You never date anyone, and when we go out with Edward, you always go home alone.
Charles, I'm not like you. You walk into the stud, order a drink, and within 10 minutes you have the cutest guy in the bar wrapped around your little finger. I can't do that.
You don't have to do that. I've been with hundreds of men. I'm dating someone I met in Central Park, but I sleep with at least 3 other guys every week. Do you really want that? That's going to be the time of your life when there's going to be a time in your life when you're going to get too old for that. Don't look up to me when it comes to men. Well, I might look happy, but I'm not.
Well, this is great.
Brian!
You son of a bitch. You're not happy?
That's not what I meant.
No, it's just what you said.
Or maybe I should leave.
No, stay.
No.
You were pretty comfortable there a second ago.
What are you talking about?
Oh, you know exactly what I'm talking about, Dennis.
Charles?
Mother, what are you doing back here?
Oh, you know I hate the La Boheme. I got bored. Hello, Dennis. Brian.
Angela?
Your son is an asshole.
Jesus, Brian!
How dare you speak to me like that? What is going on here?
Just ask Charles and his new boyfriend.
Charles, what is he talking about?
Nothing. I'll be right back.
Isn't anyone going to tell me what's going on?
Brian has the wrong idea about something.
I see.
It's nothing.
You look like you've been crying.
Well, I've had a very long day. I'm tired.
Do you have an ashtray?
Yes, I do. But it's not a clean one. We also have coffee, but it's cold, and I don't have time to run out and get you a hot cup either.
You seem on edge. After all these years, do I still make you nervous?
A little.
Oh, come on, Dennis. I spent the last couple of Christmases with our family, and I still make you nervous? I'm not a bad person.
I know that.
Well, then relax a little. Any ashtray is fine.
That motherfucker! I'll break his neck!
What
Oh my
happened?
God.
It's nothing.
Nothing. You're bleeding.
The stage manager came and got me. Charles and Brian were beating each other up outside the stage door. You're lucky no one else saw you. We could lose this contract.
Get me a towel.
Edward, please.
I'm fine. It's just a little cut.
It's not fine. It's gushing.
You may need a stitch.
I told you, I never trusted that little piece of shit.
Stop it, all of you! Edward, get backstage. Mother, can you please just go back to your seat? Edward will bring you to the party after the show and we'll meet you there.
What? I'm not going to the party. I didn't come all the way here to be yelled at. I'll be at my hotel.
Don't you have some wigs that need to be fixed before Act 2?
Yes.
My lip is fine. I'm sorry I yelled at you.
It's okay. Although I don't think your mother is going to forgive you that easily. Let her go to the hotel. When I'm done with the wigs, I'll go and talk to her. Here, take the towel and go wash my hands.
You still think my love life is fun?
I never thought it was.
Quando vengo solita per la via, la gente asusta y mira. E la bellezza mia, tutta ricerca in me da capo a piedi.
Act 2, Scene 1, New York City, July 3rd, 1981, the Wig Studio. Dennis and Edward are doing their usual routine of styling wigs.
Apparently down to his knee. But I told Charles, I said, I don't care how hung he is, he's not worth it.
And you really think he'll listen to either one of us about men?
No, but at least he'll hear me. Besides, he hasn't really dated anyone since Brian.
When has Charles ever really dated anyone? He should just install a turnstile. Maybe someday he'll settle down.
Speaking of settling down,
Yes.
David
Eh.
kind of fizzled out.
He's a great guy, just not for me.
Hey girls, how's it going?
Well, thanks to us, the wigs are almost set for La Traviata, and we were just about to start with the wigs for On Your Toes.
Did the director send over the notes?
Yes, he wants a lot of changes, but it should be fine.
Okay.
Where were you? Did you get lost in the park?
No, I had a meeting.
With whom?
An old friend.
An old friend?
Yes.
Anyone we know?
Maybe.
Interesting. Edward, are you buying any of the line of bullshit coming out of his mouth?
Not at all.
All right. I had breakfast with Brian.
Are you kidding me? After everything he put you through, you had breakfast with him? You almost lost your contract with the Met over that fist fight.
He's changed. Well, he doesn't drink anymore, and he's going to night school now.
Well, isn't that nice?
Well, I think the year apart helped us.
Us? Edward, are you hearing this?
Yes, and I have no comment. I didn't like him then, and I don't think any amount of time can change that.
Well, you better start soon because he's stopping by in a couple minutes.
Why?
Well, I wanted you to see how he's changed.
Were you even going to say anything? You were just going to let him show up here and say, oh, hey.
Why can't you two trust me? He's changed for the better.
I don't know, Charles. This is coming out of nowhere.
Are you getting back with him?
I think so.
And nothing we say will stop you.
Probably not.
So we'll just have to accept it then.
It looks that way.
Fine.
Fine. Dennis, you can't be serious.
Edward, we're not the ones dating him, and if he's really different, then it'll be okay. But don't you think for 1 minute that we're going to cover for you anymore? You want to go play in the Rambles or Bathhouse, and Brian asks us where you are, you're on your own.
Thank you, Dennis.
This is nuts. If you'll excuse me, I'll just be over here with my coffee and my newspaper while you two are off in La La Land.
Ignore her. She's just jealous because she hasn't gotten laid in 3 months.
I'm still in the room, bitch.
Just keep your nose in your newspaper. When's he going to be here?
Soon. I told him I would come and talk to you first.
Clearly, you don't need my approval.
I know. I swear, he's...
Changed? Yeah, I heard you the first 20 times.
Hey, you need to listen to this.
What, did Archie and Veronica break up?
Can you be serious for a minute and listen?
I doubt it.
Rare cancer seen in 41 homosexuals. Doctors in New York and California have diagnosed among homosexual men 41 cases of a rare and often rapidly fatal form of cancer. 8 of the victims died less than 24 months after the diagnosis was made. The cause of the outbreak is unknown, and there is as yet no evidence of contagion. But the doctors who have made the diagnosis, mostly in New York City and the San Francisco Bay Area, are alerting other physicians who treat large numbers of homosexual men to the problem in an effort to help identify more cases.
Jesus.
The sudden appearance of the cancer, called Kaposi sarcoma, usually appears first in spots on the legs, and the disease took a slow course of up to 10 years. But these recent cases have shown that it appears in 1 or more violet-colored spots anywhere on the body. The spots can often be mistaken for bruises, sometimes appear as lumps, and can turn brown after a period of time. The cancer often causes swollen lymph glands and then kills by spreading throughout the body. Doctors at 9 medical centers in New York and 7 hospitals in California have been diagnosing the condition among younger men, all of whom said that in the course of interviews that they were homosexual. 9 of the 41 cases known in California, and several of those victims reported that they had been in New York City in the period preceding the diagnosis. The reporting doctor said that the most cases had involved homosexual men who have had multiple and frequent sexual encounters with different partners, as many as 10 sexual encounters each night, up to 4 times a week. There is no apparent danger to non-homosexuals from contagion. No cases have been reported to date outside the homosexual community or in women.
Great. Another reason to blame us.
Dr. Friedman Kind said he had tested 9 of the victims and found severe defects in their immunological systems. The patients had serious malfunctions of 2 types of cells called T and B cell lymphocytes, which have important roles in fighting infections and cancer.
Thanks for ruining the day, Edward.
This doesn't scare you at all?
Oh, come on, this is ridiculous. Well, it's just a bunch of people trying to scare the gays.
Charles, I think it's a little bit more serious than that. This is the New York Times, not some Christian newspaper.
What page is it on?
Page 21.
And do you really think that we should worry about an article they put on page 21?
They buried it on page 21 because the word homosexual is in the title, and you know that. If the title said something about killing old ladies and children, it would have been on the front cover.
Hey, everyone.
Hey.
Hi, Dennis.
Hi.
Did I come at a bad time?
No. Edward and Dennis are getting all worked up about some stupid newspaper article.
Are you talking about the Times article?
Yes.
Everyone's talking about it in the village.
You've read it?
Yeah, this article has a bunch of people real scared.
I have to get out of here.
Where are you going? You don't have to get so crazy over this. I don't know what his problem is.
Oh, he's scared. I'm a little scared too.
Stop it. This is nothing.
I don't know, Charles.
I don't want to talk about this anymore. I'm not going to let some stupid newspaper article dictate how I live my life. And neither should you. I'm getting out of here. You two can sit here and wallow in your own misery.
Should I go talk to him?
No, I'd let him cool off.
So...
Yeah.
Bet you thought you'd never see me again, huh?
I always had a feeling you'd be back.
Really?
Yeah. They don't have a cure for herpes yet.
I guess some things never change.
Wait. Stop. Sorry.
Listen, Dennis, we don't have to be friends. The only reason I came here is because Charles wanted me to. He wanted me to prove to you how much I've
changed.
Yeah.
I know. Charles told me 100 times before you got here.
Well, I told him that I didn't have anything to prove to you or Edward. I've never given you two any reason to hate me, but you both made my life hell. You never gave me a chance.
What was I supposed to do, Brian? Charles picked you up in Central Park.
Would you let that go? Who gives a fuck where we met? I was happy with him. I know I was a little crazy back then, but we all were.
I wasn't.
Well, excuse me. I'm not proud that I drank as much as I did, but I've seen you drunk.
But I've never got out of control like you did. I would never jeopardize Charles' career by starting a fight with him outside the Met of all places. That could have ruined him.
That wasn't my fault. Did he ever say that I hit him?
No.
Yeah, but you just assumed that it had to be me.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. You're his best friend. It's what you're supposed to do. Let's just call it even.
Even for what?
I'm not going to lie. I was always jealous of your relationship with Charles. He never trusted me or opened up to me like he did with you.
Our relationships are very different. I'm the best friend. It's my job not to like you.
No. Charles' mother's job is to not like me.
Her job is not to like anyone.
Do you think you can deal with me and Charles? Maybe try to be nice. Can you at least try that?
I can't guarantee anything.
Can I get a hug?
Don't push it, street trade. Fine. I swear to God, if you hurt Charles, I will bring you to the Continental Bathhouse and sell you to the highest bidding leather daddy I can find. You hear me?
Don't threaten me with a good time.
I don't even want to know what kind of crazy is going on right now.
It's all right, Edward. We like Brian now.
You like Brian. I don't.
Are you all right?
No, I'm not. I'm scared.
It's fine. It's gonna be okay. The doctors will figure this out.
Is this hooker really trying to talk to me right now?
Edward, calm down.
It's fine. I'm gonna go find Charles.
Try Central Park. You know your way around there.
Stop it.
I can't believe you're doing this.
You're getting yourself all worked up.
That article describes me, Dennis. Frequent sexual encounters with different partners, as many as 10 sexual encounters each night, up to 4 times a week. That's me. I'm a slut.
That's not you. That's not even Charles, and he is a slut.
That isn't funny. Okay, maybe it's a little funny.
Act 2, Scene 2, New York City, fall 1984, split scene, the wig studio, Charles's apartment. Charles enters in his bathrobe with a towel. Dennis is in the studio with Edward working on wigs. Dennis is styling a wig for Angela. The studio is in a half light. Charles pulls on his boxer shorts and takes off his bathrobe. Charles sits on the bed and looks at a visible lesion on the bottom of his foot. Brian enters.
Hey, where do you want to go for dinner? Oh, what is that?
What's what?
On the bottom of your foot. Is that what I think it is?
Oh, stop being paranoid.
Oh my God, it is, isn't it?
It's just a bruise.
No, it's not. It's a lesion. You have it, don't you?
What are you talking about?
You know goddamn well what I'm talking about.
She should be here soon. I don't know why she likes to come to the studio and not to Charles' apartment.
Maybe she likes to see you first.
Oh, that's very funny. I think she's worried about running into one of his friends. Maybe I should tell her I haven't met a lot of new friends lately.
Yeah, he's kind of slowed down, huh? Well, we've all slowed down. What show is that wig for?
It's not for a show. It's for his mother. She stopped wearing hair pieces and decided to go for full wigs.
Well, I guess if your son owns a wig company, right? Do you think Charles looks okay?
He looks fine. That cold he had just took it out of him.
And that doesn't worry you at all?
Everything worries me now. But he went to the doctors and got checked out. He's fine.
Hello, everyone.
Angela, how are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you, Edward.
Angela?
Dennis, you look well.
Thank you.
So, is that my wig?
It is.
It's a little big, don't you think? But then again, you always make them too big.
But then I fix them before you leave and they're perfect.
Where's Charles?
You had that cold for 3 months. I thought you went to the doctor to get checked out.
I lied. I was sick of you and Dennis bugging me about it.
You haven't said anything to Dennis yet?
No, because there's nothing to tell. I'm fine.
You're not fine, Charles. You're sick. And this disease is real, and people are dying every day.
Shut up! Stop saying that.
I'm calling Dennis.
Oh, please don't. My mother is in town and I have to go to the studio.
No, you just sit there.
Elsen and Associates.
Dennis, it's Brian.
Is that Charles?
Is that Charles' mother? Don't let her know it's me.
No, Angela, it's the Met. Is there something wrong?
Yes. Can you come to Charles' apartment right now?
Of course. I'll be right over. Angela, I'm sorry. I have to run over to the Met. There's an emergency with a lace front on one of the wigs, and they don't have time to bring it to the studio.
Why can't someone fix it there?
Because it's something I have to do. Can you fix Angela's wig for me? Angela, once I'm done there, I'll swing by Charles' apartment and we'll meet you here. Then we'll go to dinner.
Did Charles make reservations?
As far as I know, he did.
What's taking him so long?
Well, the studio isn't next door, you know.
I can't believe you lied to me.
Can you please calm down?
No, I can't. Not about this. You can't let something like this go. We've lost so many friends to this already.
You're making a big deal about nothing. Can you please just sit down?
How can you be so calm?
What am I supposed to do? This could be nothing.
Charles, Brian?
We're in here.
Sorry it took me so long. What's wrong?
Nothing. He's just acting crazy.
Show him.
Show me what?
Nothing.
I said show him, goddammit.
Oh my God, Charles, is that?
Don't look at me like that.
I thought you went to the doctor's.
He lied.
I lied.
Charles.
Don't do that. I'm not sick.
Okay.
I still think you need to go to a doctor. Can you at least do that, please?
Fine. If it will make you too happy, I will, but there's nothing wrong with me.
Charles?
What is she doing here?
I have no idea. I told her I'd meet her back at the studio. She thinks I'm at the Met.
It's the Met.
Yes, I had to think quickly.
Finish getting dressed. I'll go out there and talk to her.
No, don't. She doesn't know we're back together.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Charles.
Give me a break. Well, she's not the easiest person to talk to.
Charles, am I interrupting something?
No, we were just about to leave to come back to the studio. What are you doing here?
Well, I waited long enough. Besides, Edward was doing a horrible job with my wig. That was a quick trip to the Met, Dennis.
It was a quick fix.
I see. Charles, did you make reservations for dinner?
Yes, I did.
Are you feeling okay? You don't look very well.
I'm just getting over a cold. We should go. Brian, can you bring my mother downstairs and have the doorman flag a cab?
Sure.
It's nice to see you again. I trust you've cleaned up that mouth.
Yes, so sorry about that.
Dennis, I'll leave the wig in the living room and we can fix it later.
Okay. Are you sure you feel up for dinner?
I have to. Just go. I'll be down in a minute.
Are you crying?
No. Are you laughing at me?
I'm sorry, but this is the first time I've ever seen you cry.
I know. You're always the one crying.
Ouch. You're going to be fine.
I know.
I'll meet you downstairs.
Charles is left sitting on the bed. During the scene change music, Charles steps downstage into a special lights special. The male nurse enters with an IV pole. He dresses Charles in a hospital gown and hooks him up to the IV bag. Charles gets into the bed and the nurse exits. End of scene. Act 2, Scene 3, New York City, May 1985. Charles's hospital room, St. Vincent's Hospital.
You look ridiculous.
Thank you. They wouldn't let me come in unless I wore this. I tried to tell them I'm not gonna catch it by just being in here.
For doctors and nurses, they seem to be as scared as everyone else.
Where are your parents?
Oh, I sent them to get something to eat. My mother was stressing me out. Every time the doctor mentions AIDS, she tries to correct them, which only causes a fight. And my father just sits in the hallway. He doesn't really deal with these types of things well.
Well, don't get yourself worked up. Did you eat today? I brought you some food from the memorial.
Oh, they brought me some mashed potatoes, but when I tried to eat them, I just got sick. It's a liquid lunch for me. Can you hand me that cup of water? How was the memorial?
It was beautiful. A little over the top. There had to be 15 drag queens there. People were asking about you.
Oh, I really wanted to go.
Everyone understood. I saw Brian there.
Brian was at Edward's memorial?
Yeah, he said even though Edward was mean to him all those years, he still kind of cared about him. Brian asked about you.
That's nice. Can we talk about something else?
Come on, he just wants to talk to you.
I can't. I want to talk to. I want to talk to him.
Charles, it wasn't your fault. Most people don't know where they got it from.
He's a good kid. He doesn't deserve this.
It's not attacking bad people. They've even found some straight people who have it now.
You're supposed to be wearing your mask.
I'll be okay.
That's what they all say. Can you just put it back on, please?
How about you? Just change the damn bag and get the fuck out of here.
I'm just doing my job.
It's okay, Charles. I'll put it back on even though it makes no difference.
I know that. Listen, I asked to work on this unit. Not a lot of people are anxious to take care of our community.
Sorry.
Just keep the mask on when the doctors and nurses are here, okay? Mr. Elsen, can I ask you a question?
I'm hooked up to an IV pole and I can't leave this room. Do I really have a choice?
Is he always this irritating?
Welcome to my life.
Can you please tell your mother to wear a mask when she's in here?
Do you think I'm irritating?
You have no idea what irritating is until you go toe-to-toe with his mother.
Dear God, I need a drink.
He's kind of cute.
Are you kidding me right now?
Oh, I'm not dead yet.
I brought you a gift.
You look good. Very healthy.
Thank you, I think.
Well, I mean, I'm just stating a fact.
I don't know how many times I have to tell you that I'm not sick. I haven't tested positive.
I know it just scares me.
Scares you? You're the only person I know that is never scared.
They don't know how long I've had it. I could have had it for years and it just worried that I might have given it to you.
Charles, we never slept together. You do remember that, right?
I think I do. It's these drugs they have me on. They make my brain all mixed up and make me shaky. I can't open this gift.
I'll do it. It was a bubble bath.
A bubble bath?
That's what we did. I saw you walking on the street in San Diego. I just walked out of a thrift store. I was carrying a box of Fiesta ware.
Yes. Oh, I remember those awful colored cups.
Anyway, I saw you and we locked eyes. I got scared and I ran into a bookstore. You followed me and you turned on your charm. Next thing you know, we were at my apartment in a bathtub.
That's right. Oh, I really hate these drugs. Oh, they make my head so foggy.
They're going to help you. Here, look at these. Pajamas and a bathrobe.
They're beautiful.
Well, the pajamas are silk. I know how you'd love to be comfortable. The robe is designer. I figured if you're going to be hanging out in St. Vincent's for a couple weeks, you should look good.
I love them. I'll change into them later. How are things at the studio?
They're going good. I've hired a couple new people just to help while you're out. I found someone to take Edward's spot. He's okay. Not as funny, but he might grow on me. Us. But I have to call Carol. She has a conflict in Holland. She wants you to do her makeup.
And?
I have to tell her you can't. She'll have to find someone else.
You can do it.
No, you're the makeup artist. I can't do what you do.
Yes, you can. You've become an amazing makeup artist. When are you going to realize that?
No one can do her makeup like you can.
You can. I've seen you do it.
I can't.
You have to.
I'll hire someone to fill it until you come back.
What if I don't come back? What's going to happen to my company?
I don't know. You never talked about it before.
I don't want it to end.
I won't let it. But you pay people out of your own bank account. If something should happen, everything you have goes to your family. There's nothing any of us can do about it.
My mother can't run the company. Can you imagine? Well, there'd be a whole division dedicated to styling her wigs.
What do you want me to do?
I don't know. Do I need to get a lawyer or something?
I can see what I can do. I'll call around, see if someone will come here and drop a will for you. I heard there's some lawyers who are working with people who are sick to make sure their final wishes are carried out. You know, when people die, their families are just coming in and taking everything. Edward's family came in, emptied his apartment, and didn't tell anyone. Nothing was left. It was like he never even existed.
No, I won't wear that mask. I'm fine. Just mind your own business.
We'll talk about this later.
Okay.
Oh, this hospital is awful. I wish you would just come home to get better.
I'm not going to come all the way to Schenectady to go to the hospital. Manhattan is my home.
Dennis, how are you?
I'm good, Angela. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. But can you please stop calling me Angela? You can call me Angie. I've known you long enough. My friends and family call me Angie.
Okay, Angie.
That's better. Now, how are things at the studio going? Are you keeping things running smooth while Charles gets better?
Yes, things are great. We've hired some extra people now that we've lost Edward.
Yes, that was very sad. I always liked him.
Look, Dennis brought me pajamas and a bathrobe.
Well, look at those. Fancy, fancy.
I just want him to be comfortable.
I'll just hang them up in the closet for later.
I have to get back to the studio. I have to make some calls.
Don't get too comfy playing boss. Charles will be up and around soon enough.
Mother, stop it. Dennis, call me later and we can discuss what we talked about.
Okay, get some rest. Try to eat some mashed potatoes, okay? Goodbye, Angela. Angie. If you need anything, please call.
Thank you. I will.
Act 2, Scene 4, New York City, May 28th, 1985. Split scene. The wig studio, Charles's hospital room. Charles is in bed in a coma. Angela is in the room with him. Dennis is at the studio prepping to do Carol's makeup.
Carol, how are you? You look beautiful.
Thank you. I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing well. Should we get started?
What are you doing to him?
It's just a little something in his IV to keep him comfortable.
He's in a coma. I thought the doctor said that he couldn't feel any pain.
You can't, but they just want to make sure.
How come you're not wearing a mask?
What do you mean?
Well, you argue with me about wearing a mask every day, but here you are not wearing one.
Because unlike the rest of the doctors and nurses, I'm not afraid I'll catch anything by being in here.
Well, neither am I.
And a lot of my friends are sick.
So, you've seen a lot of this?
Yes.
Do people come back from this?
Not that I've seen. I can't imagine it will be long now.
I know, it was so crazy, but as soon as Charles suggested I throw that fit, I don't know, something just came over me.
I can't believe you talked you into doing that.
Oh, I was young and I was caught up in the excitement of the moment. I remember when I walked on stage that night, naked as the day I was born, I just wanted to throw up. But that was the night that made me who I am today. A couple days later, I got a telegram from Beverly Sills. I keep it in my purse. Whenever I feel like throwing in the towel, I read it.
My darling Carol, Charles tells me you've arrived. Welcome to the club of bubbles. Leave it to Charles. Everything he touches turns to gold.
If anyone would know that, it would be you.
Well, it wasn't gold in the beginning. When Charles promised me this glamorous life in New York City, it consisted of a one-bedroom studio apartment with his ex-boyfriend and an internship with the Cincinnati Opera. Then overnight, Charles' career took off, and he brought me along for a crazy ride. I sometimes feel like I'm living the life of a king.
Don't you mean queen?
That was a good one. I haven't laughed like this in a long time.
Oh, me neither. It's so quiet in here.
Well, now that Edward is gone.
Oh, I heard. That was so sad. I'm sorry.
Okay. I miss him a lot. He always knew how to make me laugh.
Where's Charles? I'm surprised he wasn't here to do my makeup.
I've been kind of running things for the past 6 months.
What's wrong?
He's sick.
Oh, it's not AIDS, is it? Dennis, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
He's at St. Vincent's. He's been in a coma for the past couple of days.
You could have called and canceled.
I couldn't. He wanted me to do this. We just, we didn't expect it to go this fast.
I hate this whole disease. Are you sick?
No, I'm fine. So far. Here, take a look. Make sure it's okay.
Beautiful. Just like Charles. He taught you well.
Break a leg tonight, Carol. I'm sure you'll be amazing.
Thank you so much, Dennis. Send my love to Charles' mother.
I will. Elsen and Associates. Angie? Yes. Are you okay? Yes. When? I'm sorry. No, I'm fine. Do you want me to come to the hospital? No, I guess it doesn't matter now. The apartment? That's fine. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Act 2, Scene 5. The next morning, Charles's bedroom. Dennis looks around the bedroom. He notices the coffee cup he gave to Charles in Scene 1. He picks the cup up from the shelf, then he sits on the edge of the bed. He sits for a moment, then takes the photo album out from under the mattress. He sits and looks at the man book.
What is that?
Nothing. It's just my photo album.
Are you sure it's not Charles's album?
No, it's mine.
I just spoke with the landlord. He said you were planning on moving into Charles's apartment. You live next door. What's wrong with your place?
I like the views from his window better. It's the best view in the building. It overlooks the Trinity Church Cemetery and the Hudson River. When the sun comes up, it's beautiful. Have you ever seen it?
Have I ever seen what?
The sunrise from his window.
No. I don't think I would enjoy a view of a cemetery. I've seen enough death to last me a lifetime. Besides, I never really spent that much time in here. I suppose you have.
I was his best friend.
Well, I'm sure you're not the only friend who's seen that view. Here, this box won't fit on the truck. It's some of Charles's clothes. Roy doesn't want any of them, and they won't fit you. Maybe some of Charles's other friends might want them.
What are you going to do with all the other things?
I'm gonna give them to his family. The antiques I'll sell. I'm selling his entire Tiffany collection to a dealer in Midtown. I know Charles, and he would want to make sure that I'm taken care of. Is there anything in your apartment that I should know about?
Excuse me?
Is there anything in your apartment I should know about? Maybe, perhaps, wigs?
Everything is at the studio. There's some wigs out in opera right now, but other than that, everything is all there. I would never steal from Charles.
I had a dream last night. In the dream, Charles came to me and he said that there were wigs in your apartment.
I would never do that.
Oh, and I'll take that bathrobe as well.
I bought that for him.
I know.
What happened to the pajamas?
The black silk ones? I returned them. Besides, he never wore them and they won't fit you.
I just thought you might want to bury him in them. He'd like to be comfortable.
My son is not going to be buried in pajamas. I mailed his tuxedo home to be cleaned.
It doesn't fit him.
I really don't think that matters anymore.
You're right. Do you need me to do anything? He never really talked about what he wanted if he ever died, but I could help plan if you want.
I've already called the funeral home, and we have a family plot in Schenectady. Well, I haven't picked out a casket yet, so if you want to do that, you can. The service is next week, and I have a lot of things to sort out.
Okay, I'll come into town a couple days early.
The funeral home won't let me have an open casket. They won't even let me see him. How am I supposed to know he's going to be in that casket?
He had AIDS. They won't let anyone's family have an open casket. It's too dangerous.
My son did not have AIDS. He died of spinal meningitis.
I know, but it was caused by AIDS.
It was not caused by AIDS. Charles told me he got it from feeding pigeons in Central Park.
He may have got it in Central Park, but it wasn't from feeding pigeons.
My son was a good man. He did not have that disgusting disease.
It's not a disgusting disease. It's not a shameful way to die. People are sick all over the city. It doesn't make them bad people.
My son isn't like those people. I suppose you're sick too.
I don't know. Maybe we're all sick. The city is turning into a war zone.
Maybe if Charles stayed away from this godforsaken city, this wouldn't have happened.
It's not just happening here. It's everywhere.
Fine. But it doesn't matter to me. My only son is gone. I don't care what happens here. Do you have Charles' keys to the studio? I couldn't find them. I need to go and get the books.
Charles didn't have books. He paid people out of his own bank account.
I know that. I'm talking about the books with the contracts for the opera companies. If I'm going to run things, I need to know who the contracts are.
What do you mean you're going to be running things? Charles had a will drawn up.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. When he was in the hospital, he asked me to get him a lawyer.
I know. I was there the day the lawyer came.
Well, what did he say?
Nothing. I sent him away before I could say anything. Charles was too far gone. I wouldn't have wanted him to make any hasty decisions. Well, looks like you work for me now.
No, I don't. Angie, he wanted me to...
Please don't call me Angie.
You said I could.
My friends and families call me that. I'm your boss now.
Angela, he wanted me to take over his business.
Well, you can't. You can work for me if you want, but my son wanted me to be taken care of.
I'm the one who's been running his company since he's been sick. I'm the one who knows all the contacts.
That doesn't mean anything to me. That company has Charles' name on it.
I'll walk, and so will everyone else.
No, you won't. You wouldn't do that to Charles. You don't think that I didn't know about his feelings for you? All those Christmases you spent with us? I saw how he looked at you. He showered you with gifts. He spent more on you than he did his entire family.
So what, you're jealous?
I'm not jealous of anyone. What do I have to be jealous about? I got the company.
He wanted me to run.
No, he didn't. This is over. I will sort this out after the services. If you choose to stay with the company, we can discuss it then. I have to go plan my son's funeral.
Still want me to pick out the casket?
Do what you want.
She leaves. As the music starts, Dennis steps into the same special Charles stepped into during the hospital scene. He takes out an AZT prescription bottle and takes a pill. He is crying. He cries for Charles, Edward, and himself. The lights fade to black. After Charles's death, Elsen Associates continued to make design makeup and wigs for opera. They also designed wigs for the Broadway productions of Angels in America Part 1 and 2, Two Trains Running, Jelly's Last Jam, Caroline or Change, and The Wild Party, starring Toni Collette and Eartha Kitt. The company is run by Dennis and his husband. The company is no longer in New York City. End of play.